Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. It is coffee time on a very beautiful Sunday morning here. I hope you have your coffee or your tea or whatever else you drink. And thank you for joining me. I want to talk about something right now because I feel a shift happening with our intentions and what we're connecting to with as individual human beings, and that is not being laser focused on just getting the stuff. You know, this manifesting thing, this law of attraction is huge. Law of attraction, how do I get what I want? I think that the planet is shifting to the higher dimension because I think the what I want has shifted into something much deeper than a new car or a new house. Nothing wrong with getting the stuff, by the way. It's not like that's that old-fashioned, told that, that's bad to want those things, because that's that whole traditional control system of, don't want too much because we want to keep you where you are kind of mentality. And then it gets passed down from century to century, and we still believe that garbage when we're totally empowered now to be and do what we please. We're powerful beyond our imagination. So abundance will flow. Abundance will always flow when you're on the higher frequency, but I think we're starting to understand what that higher frequency is. And it is absolutely much greater than just being in a peaceful state of mind and wanting something, wanting something awesome. I have a moth attacked this. I'm gonna have to throw it out. A bummer. I hope you had a good meal. So I want you to understand that the higher frequency that manifests, first of all, it can come in different forms. The higher frequency that manifests is one of bliss and joy and what you're supposed to get back to. Because there are people who can manifest on a lower frequency, and how is that? They absolutely have no doubt that they're going to create their reality. And that is knowing that it exists, and it's a probability that they choose. So you don't have to be on the high, awakened frequency to manifest, but the repercussions of that, manifesting on a lower frequency, are not good ones. Ultimately, the cause and effect catches up with you. So if you think, well, great, I'll just go and manifest stuff. Just like look at all the people in the world who've been destructive have manifested unbelievable things. And it always ended up in destruction for themselves and many others. Who are the many others? The ones that chose to follow them often, or the ones that tried to come up against them. So we don't want to be in that dark side, that dark manifesting power. The law of attraction. What is attraction? Really creating your own reality. What I want you to understand is when you are resonating on the highest frequency, you change the reality of yourself for yourself and others in the most positive, beautiful way, reconnecting with the one. And that is a completely different ballgame. That is when things flow to you that you're not even really putting any effort into. That's when abundance flows just constantly. It's not you trying to laser focus on something that you want, and then really finding that way to get it. And then it gives you no satisfaction, so you stay in that lower frequency because you're not connecting to the powerful light being that you are. You're connecting to the material dense world. And that's why people, they want to manifest things, they get it, and it doesn't make them happy. And they keep looking for that thing or that relationship or that job that's going to make them happy. And they spend a lifetime basically being very depressed or on this this roller coaster. If you're finding that, then you're not connecting to your highest frequency. Because when you're on a high frequency, you still get the stuff, but you're up here and you're not down here when something goes bad, And then up here and doing this, you know, boom, 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 you're up here doing this. You're functioning on the higher frequency, so you're pretty happy most of the time, or at least at peace. You're more accepting of what goes on, and then the higher frequency happens and you're happy, and then something challenges you, and okay, you know, you deal with it, but you're not going down here again. And the stuff you get doesn't take you up there, of the material world kind of stuff that you get. So this is that, how do you get up here? What kind of manifesting law of attraction gets you there? I see you guys shifting the I want something to I want to give something. I want to be abundant because my abundance will benefit many. And I truly am sensing that that is what you want. Now, I still am reeling from this email that I got from a perfect stranger who says, I am all powerful. I can manifest anything. I'm manifesting that you are going to send me a certified check. Apparently a regular check wasn't good enough. Certified check for $100,000. Here's my address. And I said, you don't get it. I emailed back and said, you just don't get it. You're looking outside of yourself to get something to make you happy. That was going to solve her problems or make her happy. And then she has the ego in check to the point where she thinks that she can manifest and disrupt somebody else's free will to get what she wants. Everything, that whole thing came from ego and really resonated on a very low frequency. Looking to the material world to get her something and asking somebody else who she doesn't even know me or my situation or anything, that she's going to ask for $100,000 and I'm just going to write a check like I'm a bank. And then didn't get it when I responded and said that she had to understand that that power comes from her and that the only thing that needs to change is her mind shift about what all of that means. So I'll give you an example of somebody else. Somebody else came to me and said that she wanted to learn some things because she had a plan to change her life and was already making decisions to do that, to help herself, to change things, to create the abundance herself. And I helped her, and she had never asked me. She didn't ask me for anything. She was telling me what she was going to do to change, and I was contributing to that in whatever way I could, and I decided to give her a scholarship. Why? Because she wasn't looking to anything other than herself. She knew she had the power, and she knew it was going to be a challenge, and she knew she chose that challenge. And she didn't take the victim mode. She just stated the situation and what she was going to do to change it. She had made some decisions along the way that weren't good ones. She took full responsibility for it. Just part of learning. Just part of learning. So what are you doing? Are you looking to, so-and-so needs to do this, my boss needs to give me this, or that company needs to give me this, or my parents need to give me, that's a big one, my parents. They had me. They should be taking care of me. Who says? Guys all had an agreement in advance. Playing roles. What are you going to contribute? And that is that higher frequency manifesting that is changing this world. Wanting things to be better and understanding that that car isn't going to change anything for you. It's just a nice perk. But if you're coming from a higher place, and you manifest the car, it will bring great joy without ruling you. And if you lost it, it wouldn't bother you either, other than, well, you just take Uber. The bottom line is, where are you coming from? Get to the higher frequency first, and the things that come into your life and manifest will be coming from that place. So, ask yourself if you're coming from the me and all your manifesting law of attraction is so focused on you getting something that you're missing the whole point. A, of the challenges of the planet that allow you to progress and raise your frequency? That's a huge one. Or are you just looking to be happy with what you see in this really not so real world, this matrix? So, I know it's tough because if you're really struggling, you're like, how can I think of other people are doing good things when I need to take care of myself? It's okay to focus on yourself. And I always say, put the oxygen mask on you first. But what is that self that you're trying to correct? Is it just getting the stuff again, or the relationship, or having somebody else send you a check? You think you're going to just ask for a check and it's going to solve your problems. It won't. And you'll continually stay in that place. Even if you get out for a while, you're going to go back into it because you didn't understand that you were supposed to connect to your inner power that goes way beyond trying to fix your woes with all of this out here. And it's tough because we want this stuff. We're like, but I want to be in a happier place. Yes, the happier place comes from here. And knowing that it's all going to show up, but not focusing on that to make you happy. And that's the key. Are you expecting all of that to make you happy? If you are, you got some work to do in here. And understand that that will never make you happy. Ask any wealthy person after they've bought a few things. Hold on. It's like, okay, now what? It can be very lonely too. Very lonely. Especially when your friends can't afford what you do. And you're on your trips by yourself, or you're in restaurants that other people can't afford to go to, or whatever else it is. You're disconnecting from that world that you were in. Is the new world better? Just because it has more stuff in it? It's not about that. It's really not. And again, reach into that beautiful place. Be joyful, be grateful, be happy, and know that those things, they'll show up. And you know what the best part is? Stuff's going to show up that you didn't expect. Things that you didn't even order are going to show up from the universe because you're so joyful. And joy connects with abundance. So yes, you can sit there and try and control and force things, but good luck. If you manage to get it once or twice or whatever, it's going to have an effect that's not going to work in your favor as a light being. It's going to be, maybe like I said, not from a place of joy, happiness. You're going to realize then that that doesn't fix anything. So to the person, if you're watching this, that asked me to, you saw, and then she was upset. She says, I am so upset that I told her that she has the power and she's, the abundance comes from her, not trying to get somebody to send you a check. I'm so upset. I saw it. I manifested. I saw you writing me a check. Well, great. I'm glad you had that little fantasy in your head. That wasn't me writing the check. Maybe it's you writing the check to somebody else and helping them. Why don't you manifest that first and see what comes back to you? Right? So, you're whole and perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Abundance flows to you when you connect to it. What is abundance? It is what we are. It's what we come from. It's what we're going back to. It's the real reality. And everything else, it's just a story. It's something you're creating so that you can learn that that all existed for you. It always did. And that nothing in this false world is real. It's part of our growth. It's part of the opportunity to become something great, to just experience, and to do something much deeper than getting the stuff. Namaste.